Brothers and sisters. Can't forget the sisters. Slay, bitch. Oh, God. 3 seconds in and I've already ruined it. Boys, hello. Boys, girls, everything else, whatever the hell you are these days. Welcome. Welcome, brothers, to the Barnsley Weekly Live. Whoop, whoop. And we're selling everyone. Oh, my God. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Nice to see you all. I hope you're all having a good day. I hope you're all having a good weekend. More importantly, Monday is upon us. Just got to slug it out, baby. I would know, guys. Real job over here. Holy shit. Real job. Oh, my God. You guys won't get it, the level of work that goes into this. Jesus, just rock up, press button, waffle. Holy molars. Oh, God, there's some stuff happened as well. There's some stuff happened. Luke, don't worry, mate, it's coming. There's some stuff happened. You know what? Good first message. United Talk says, done an FPL team. That's a good point. Shall I do a league again? I've done a league before. In fact, I've done one in the last couple of years, actually. I might as well just do another one. There's no harm in it, is there? But, boys, I hope you're all well. It's nice to see you all. Match bingo reminder. Fantastic point. There is actually a special deal using my code. Like, no cap. Guys, this is for existing customers as well. So if you go on Match Bingo and you deposit, you use the code CF8, it doubles whatever it is that you put in. It's £5 minimum, and there's a link there at the top of the description. I want to thank Match Bingo. I want to thank Match Bingo as always, and once season starts, we will be on it. But yeah, if you use CF8 when you deposit, it doubles your money. Or it doubles your deposit, which is just crazy. But I appreciate Match Bingo as always. And I also appreciate you, baby. Holy shit. West Bromwich Albion vlogs with the customary fiver every stream. Mate, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Ipswich, West Brom and Derby are all keen on Liverpool youngster James McDonnell. The midfielder is very highly rated at Anfield. And it is. You've just ended there at and is, mate. Okay, I've just seen the fat picture of me from Twitter as someone's profile picture. I have seen it all. I've never heard him, to be honest, Mr. West Brom. What's your actual name, by the way? Because I don't want to call you West Bromwich Albion Vlogs. But what is your actual name? But I appreciate the fiver. Very kind of you, mate. Very, very kind. And Mr. Zach, thank you for my last £2. Please give us DKD. You never know, mate. It might be in here. DKD linked to Peterborough for a grand total of 100 grand, probably, because that's all you've got. But thank you, Mr. Zach, as well. Zach and Mr. West Brom, thank you very much. Oh, my God, we're not done. Okay, 1 second. 1 second, guys. Liam's just ruined it. Hold on, I'll just wait for it to come through. Liam, thank you. Welcome to the Guards, mate. Golden John. Golden John, shit. 6 months of being good, not long until football is back. Happy good anniversary, mate. Thank you so much for the 6 months. Very, very kind of you. Guys, thank you so much. I've only just been on here for 1 second, but thank you for giving me all of your money. What a Monday, baby. Boys, thank you so much. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate it, mate. Right. So, Barnsley. There has been some stuff happen in past week. There's obviously, we come off back of a draw behind closed doors with Rangers, obviously, which were a good result, a 1-1. Waters scored, who is now gone, but point still stands. Performed half decent, as keeper made some good saves, Flav, and we actually played quite well, but that were at back end of last week, so that doesn't count into this. This week, obviously, we bet Harrogate 3-0 at weekend, mainly down to them being just thugs. They've never been footballers ever, have they? I think I could have played. Jesus Christ. Like, they looked really just shit, in fairness. No disrespect to any Harrogate fans in here, that don't exist. But, yeah, there were minimal football being played from their side. Some challenges going in were, like, a bit daft. And then they were squaring up to Urian after the game. Like, we need a bit of rough and tumble in there, unfortunately, and there weren't enough. There weren't enough for, like, anybody going up and headbutting that guy. How dare he speak to Conor Urian like that? It'd literally be Harrogate's best player of all time. It'd have the ground, a statue, everything named after him. They'd build a pub called the Hurian, everything, and they're acting good. Like, absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, the 3-0 win against Harrogate is good. And I know it's only pre-season, and pre-season literally means nothing. It is a run-around. Anybody that's even played football at any level up and down pyramid knows it is just a run-around. It means naught. But the closer you get to season, you do want to start seeing little bits of something. I know the score means nothing, and there were 3 good goals, in fairness. But, like, I were impressed. I were impressed with the goals specifically. But you want to start seeing little bits, and I think we were, which is nice to see, that it's not just, we're not just pissing it up pan, are we? Like, we're not just pissing all those, like, training up wall. There is stuff happening there, clearly. Mamiski TV, thank you for £2, my friend. Huddersfield getting May and Mark Leonard. Shit! Buddy, don't worry. We're going to talk about teams like that. We're going to talk about Barnsley's ops at top of this league, which Huddersfield are clearly one of them. Stockport are, Luton are. I've got a video coming out tomorrow which addresses all this anyway. But yeah, Huddersfield are making some very good signings. It does look like last season where there's only 2 promotion spots actually available, and we've all been skivved before season even starts because Huddersfield are spending that much money and bringing a certain calibre of player in that you can't even get near him, which is sad. But from Huddersfield's point of view, I'd be noshing off every dog in a 5-mile radius, mate. So I can't say anything, can I? Because I'd love it if we were doing that. But thank you, Mamiski TV. Yeah, Alfie May and Matt Leonard that's a standard in it. That is a level that you got to get to. Louis, thank you for the 5. Very much appreciated. Stockport County have just signed Atur Hoskononen, Finland international. Wicked! I've no idea, mate. Absolutely no idea who it is. Never heard of him in my life. But honestly, if it's a Stockport signing, I'm convinced he's going to be AF decent. I can't remember last time you don't spend money in general anyway. Like the Mothersill stuff is the start, really. But Stockport heavily on free transfers and work it market really well. So if they're spending money on somebody, it must be good. Same as the Mothersill thing. They're in on frees very early. So to a point where if you are spending money, it's on certain type of quality in it. So yeah. Stockport look quite good, mate. I'll give you it, mate. Louis, thank you for the 5. Stockport look good. Nathan, thank you for the £2, my friend. Huddersfield favourite to get promoted now with May. If they get May and Leonard, I would argue that they've got best team in the league right now. I do think Luton are still up there, and they've not spent anything. Obviously, the Brock Keeler, they've spent money on a keeper. I'm talking about outfielders here. I'm talking about real footballers, not these GK Union shite. But yeah, I still think Luton are probably marginally in front, but not by much. Because Huddersfield are really coming up behind them and quite fast. You know that objects in mirror may appear closer than they seem. And it's like Homer running with a bat like that. That's Huddersfield currently, approaching on the title before it even starts. But thank you, Nathan, I appreciate it. And TTV Darkstorm81. £2, Alfie May, nah. Listen, you can spend all this money you want, right? You can spend £5 million on strikers in, 7 months? Something like that. From January to now, Huddersfield spent £5 million on strikers. And it's still worse than Barnsley's that cost a combined 700 grand for Dunn and McGoldrick. Absolute cinema. But thank you, Darkstorm, as well. Boys, very kind of you. Early doors, very kind of you. This is only a Barnsley stream. I don't expect, much off the back of this one. I know Barnsley aren't the biggest club to ever walk this earth. So I appreciate people coming in and tuning in. Anybody that's donated early doors, thank you so much. It is very much appreciated, boys. I thank you all kindly. Love you all. Kiss. Right. So, going back to it, the Harrogate thing. It's becoming very apparent that a large part of Barnsley's team is going to include the youth, which I don't mind at all, because it's not like we're spoon-feeding crap players in. We are looking at players that are coming in and playing it first team now that look like some of the better players in team, which is ridiculous to say because these are kids that we've got. But Bland, seriously, for someone that started playing in men's football towards back end of last season because of injuries, and that's why he started getting his game time, he looks so composed. I don't want to fucking start tooting all his young players' cocks. That is a crazy sentence. I don't want to start bigging up all his young players and thinking that we've got next coming at golden generation. Do you know what I mean? But Bland looks like such a mature head on a 19-year-old's shoulders. Jurgen Nathan, the quality is there anyway for everybody to see. That's why you have Wrexham sort of flirting with him in background, and Oldham fans saying he's best player non-league's ever seen. Stupid stuff like this. And he took that goal very well, very sharp, and very quick with his feet to say how bean-like he is. He does look like a beanstalk, but he's so talented. And he's beautiful. He's the Tanzidane. He's going so far on Eyup its wheels. Obviously, we've got Jallo, Cleary, Flav, even some more seasoned professionals that have played a bit longer now, like Gent, Shepherd, these type of boys. But they're all young'uns. Mate. Oh, God. And they're clearly going to play. I think blind. I'm just gonna get it up now. What like the lineup looked like against Harrogate at weekend. This is just me looking at it and what I thought it looked like. This is obviously in attack, so we're not gonna. I'm not gonna put as defensive structure on as defensive formation because we weren't defending at all. Really, we were up front foot for majority of the game, and it does heavily depend on Ferrugia and Ogbeta. We're very fluent between like a 4-2-4, a 4-2-3-1, and a 3-5-2. We're very fluent between all those formations, but it does rely on when you are going forward. Ogbeta likes to come up quite a lot. Your defensive three shift around, and Ferrugia then has got a lot of the wing back tendencies, despite being quite high up. Like Ogbeta starts there and Ferrugia starts there, but a lot of times when you look at a lot of the clips from that game specifically, you'll find Ogbeta higher than Ferrugia in some cases, and Ferrugia being like in line with like Russell or further back. So it does rely quite heavily on fluidity and your players being intelligent, but they look like they're taking it in quite well. Especially the second goal. McGoldrick obviously scored like trademark little dink, but the build-up play to it from Bland and Russell to just like blitz it into Dunn were very, very nice. Dunn's obviously got all quality in world, so they don't need saying all that. But it looked very nice. Obviously, Phillips makes a lot of runs forwards anyway. But when we were on front foot, it did look like we were playing something like this. Which I like. It's just replacing the inevitable, which is Phillips is going to leave. There's obviously the Connell's not in this team. You've got Earl not in this team. You've got Gent not in this team. You've got Jallo's not here. You've got a lot of players. Cleary didn't start. You know what I mean? There's so many players. Jorgen Nathan. When you look at the bench, it will weak. But when you think about the amount of players that we've got missing right now, before we've done anything of note in transfer window, really, McGoldrick is like quite a good signing. I can't believe none of us went for him, really. Maybe it is just Urian that pulled him because the boys aren't there. But it's... The squad is quite decent in terms of quality. We've stripped a lot of the shit away, and what's left is actually half decent footballers. For the first time in like a couple seasons, it feels like. Urian's been very ruthless, but it's been needed, and it's good. Callum Fowler's Baldy Army. Love you, Cal. Please, can you go bald? Right. Oh, you've got new elite stuff. Where are these pictures coming from? I see more every day. So one guy, because Barnsley gave me a kit early, didn't they? I've been purchased. This is why I'm saying all the good stuff about Barnsley. I love these owners. No, I'm kidding. Wanker. But that's me banned from Oatwell. I saw like people making the AI on Twitter make me bald, which were funny. But then people started making me in Wednesday kits, and I look like Van Gerwen, and it's just too far. Where am I? That's too far. That is too far. Put me in a Leeds top. Why do I look like Van Gerwen? It's spitting image. But regardless, thank you for the £2, my brother. Thank you, Callum Fowler's Baldy Army, for the 2. Louis, thank you for 2 again, mate. We signed him on a freeze, 28 and scored versus England. Oh! I thought, with the way that you were describing him, Louis, is that it was going to be like a fairly young and up-and-coming that you've bought. Well, if he's free, mate, Stockport do very good signings anyway. Stockport have not failed in a transfer window for a number of years. Since they started with this owner again, like in National League North. When was the last time you had a transfer window and you thought, we've not done that well? Stockport's recruitment, whoever is pulling strings for you in that department is doing a very good job. But thank you for the 2, Louis. I appreciate it, mate. Brandon, thanks for the 2, my friend. All love to Barnsley, but Bearded Robin is a red. Oh, you're on about Dids? Are you? I don't even know you're on about. Oh, you're on about, Brandon? Bearded Robin. Oh, and Bemo. Holy shit. All right, you might finish like 15th this year. Good on you. Good on you, Brandon, baby. Holy shit. Manchester United. Simon, thank you for the £1. You've not put any message, bro. I will look out for your message in chat. Thank you, everybody. There's been a lot of money coming in, baby. Don't stop. Do not stop. No, I kid. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, boys. Boys, I appreciate it. Thank you. Right. In Bearmore. To be fair, yeah, but Man United are still, 6 signings away from challenging for Conference League. I'm going to do I've got all my predictions wrote down now. For every league, for 4 leagues. I've got everything wrote down now. And obviously it will change the closer we get to me actually filming and posting it, which will be like sometime next week for some of them. It'll start with League 2 probably and then move upwards. But I've got Man United, like, 14th. The crap. Like, Cunha and Mbeumo coming in. It don't change the fact that the defenders and midfielders can't play the system that Amorim wants. The toff. The toss, even. Sorry, leak. I've just said toff because I saw that. I did a crap. Thoughts on Donny this year, bigger than Barnsley, by the way, Kiss. All right. £1 thank you message retracted. Donny will stay up comfortably, but still be bottom half. That's what I think. That's what I think, mate. I'd like you to give us Molineux, though. It'd be fantastic. Thoughts on Toffees as well. I think Everton will finish higher than Man United, definitely. I don't think Everton are seriously too far away from challenging for, like, you know, trying to snag someone like Brighton or Bournemouth in previous years. I don't think they're too far away. You think I missed something? Joseph Arami! Bro, what the hell? Joseph Arami, mate, you've had the badge for the longest. I'm sorry, mate, I missed your message. Thank you so much. Wow, what a guy. Put your message in, I'll read it out. Thank you, my friend, for the John membership. Yes. Right. Let me get that off screen. Because there is actually a lot to talk about, and I've just been waffling for 15 minutes. Let's get into it, because Barnsley have released a lot of players in the last few, like, days/weeks. And there's links to even more happening. First one is Max Waters that has gone. Right? Renewed my Guat. YouTubers stopped taking my payment automatically for some reason. What the hell, Sadie? Renewed my Guat. Thank you, Sadie. Kiss. Very kind of you again. God, I just like seeing all same names, me. Didn't let me put a membership message. Fucking YouTube bag of shit in it. Thank you, James, though. James Sadie, thank you. Legends. Right. Yeah, this is a Barnsley life. It's just so true, Glenn. So true. Right, come on, let's get locked in. Everybody stop giving me money so I can stop thanking you. Right. Waters gone. Part of me is a little bit sad. Little bit sad. You know when you see like a kid getting bullied and you feel sorry for him? That's what I felt like with Waters. Because it's like, Mr. XG, I bet owner's absolutely gutted, you know. Mr. XG, Mr. Right Position, but can't hit a cow's ass with a banjo, Max Waters. I really wanted him to do well, but he's just not got it in him, has he? He's just not got it in him. That's fair enough, William, honestly. I see you in here all the time. You count. You're an honourable member. He's just not got it in him. He's not. And I'm like a little bit sad for the sort of players like Waters and Cotter, who like I liked as people, but were never good enough for this team. Never ever good enough to play for this team that wants to get promoted ever. So it needed to be done. And people are saying, a lot of people are moaning when Barnsley are announcing like this and the O'Keefe stuff and eventually like Lofthouse, Dallas, all these boys that are going to still go. And you're like, why don't we get money for him? Why don't we get sales for him? You've got to understand that these are going to be on wages, which for like top end of League One are crap, right? They're going to be on wages that are way too good even for the level that they actually are. So first you've got to find someone. You've got to find a club. Like let's see Dundee wanted Waters. You've got to make Dundee pay a fee for Waters and then pay more money than he's currently on, which is never going to happen ever. So what I think is more than likely happening is the teams that are getting all of these loan players that we're getting are either paying us a half-decent loan fee, which might be something like 50 grand, like a little loan fee, or they're paying all at wages for him. So it's effectively like we've got rid of him on free transfers. We've got to cut his nose off to spite his face with a lot of the players that we have got rid of, which has been needed for a long, long time. We have let so many go, and Waters is just he's the latest in a long line. Thoughts on George Thomas and Tavexen? I think that's a good deal for all parties involved, personally. Waters will get lost at Dundee and be mad next season to get shifted on. Thing is we've got an option, but he's only got 1 year left. So Waters will not play for Barnsley again. That's quite a common theme with a lot of these loans. They're going and they will not be coming back. But Waters is the first. O'Keefe is another one that... I mean, he's crap as well, don't get me wrong, and he's never good enough for a side that wants to go up. I think Stockport have arguably brought him in as a backup, but it's just a team that will pay his wages again. Probably paid a loan fee or his wages again. So, Brandon, not enough. So, is another one that I'm glad has gone, but 9 assists in 45 games. It's not the worst from a wing-back, but we're no longer playing wing-backs properly. You need a full-back that can actually defend. O'Keefe cannot defend at all, in the slightest. And going forward, I still think he's lazy and slack. So, I don't miss O'Keefe either, but I do think he's okay. He's one of the better ones that we've let go, but he's still crap. Let's not get it twisted, dog. He's still crap. And there's still more. There is still a lot more. This is still got legs in it. Definitely. The only thing that makes me think that Connell might stay... Well, I know he wants to stay. I've been told back from a couple different people that he is adamant that he wants to stay, and the only way that he will leave is if he's pushed out of club. But to my knowledge now, he and Wickham have agreed personals, so his wage is set if they can find a fee that is agreed. I don't know if it'll happen. I hope it doesn't happen. But for that fee, I'm almost happy with anything. The reported fee that it got pushed up to. But Connell looks quite good. I know he got the knock against Harrogate, so he didn't play. But against Rangers, the odd bit from like a 7-minute highlight thing, it looked quite sharp again. He looked quite sharp. And it would be a miss to see Connell go. But at the same time, when you look at how he lined up against Harrogate, where does he fit in to this team? Because Russell's a very good midfielder, but Russell is not the type of midfielder that will be in the position that Phillips is. Connell, I feel like they could potentially see it as, if we sell Connell, we get a big fee. We reinvest that in a defender and a winger, for example, and then you can sort of nurture Bland through. Because I want to see Bland and Russell every week. And all this time, we're all thinking that Phillips is going to be settled, which he still probably is. But there's a high chance it could be both of them. And then we just need another attacking-minded midfielder, maybe. But then again, you've got Jorgen Nathan. So, I don't know. I agree with you, Alex, there. If it's up to us, then I think we all get rid of Phillips. Not because of who he is as a footballer, but because it's becoming public knowledge that he wants to move. That he's not happy here and all this, that and other. Apparently, anyway. But this is what a lot of different people keep saying. So Phillips looks like the most likely to leave and makes the most sense to leave. But then we need a midfielder that can do what he does, which is make very late runs into box. But it's like, if we do bring Connell into this team and it's Connell, Russell, Bland, it's very stagnant. There's not a lot of goals from that midfield. I know Russell got a fair few last season. But they weren't from making the type of moves that Phillips would make, for example. But I would like Connell, Bland and Russell to be my midfield three, personally. I think Bland is so ready. I have no doubt at all that he's going to go on to be a fantastic footballer. He looks so ready. But this still ain't done. Apparently. Like, Barnsley sat on a wedge anyway, because we put a bid in for Tavid that got rejected. So, obviously, the amount of players that we've let go, plus the original budget that you've got anyway, plus the inevitable sale of at least one midfielder, we should have millions. I'm not saying like 3-4 million quid, but we should have like 2 million quid surely to spend with the amount of money that we constantly bring in. But yeah, Bland I think is ready, and Connell I don't want to see him go, but for that fee when you can have Bland and still make a midfield work, I would not lose much sleep over it. Let's put it that way. I would not lose much sleep. But I will say it again, I do want to keep Connell because I think he's a very good midfielder for this league. And he looks like he's sort of coming back to what he was. With the odd bit that I've seen in pre-season so far, it looks somewhat like again. Which we do need. Alfie, thank you for the £2, mate. Thoughts on Rotherham's recent signings. I like the Dan Gore one, in fairness. I do like that one. But I can't remember the other ones. You signed someone yesterday, didn't you? I just can't remember who they are, mate. Off the top of my head, Alfie. Apologies. When it comes to Thursday, obviously Thursday we'll do the League One transfer thing, so I'll lob them in that. And then I can give you a more informed opinion, because I can't remember who they are off the top of my head. And I'm like, when I come into these lives, I have like one thing in mind, and today it's Barnsley, and I don't have anything else that I've like prepped for or anything. So I can't remember off the top of my head, mate. But I appreciate the £2, and I will address that question on Thursday if you're in here. But thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Right. Phillips to Anderlecht is apparently a thing. Don't ask. Literally don't ask. But Phillips to Anderlecht is apparently something that's happening. This is from multiple different people. This is nothing to do with anything that I've been told by like one of my like 5 Barnsley related sources. This is from other places. So I don't know how true it actually is. But I feel like foreign leagues, like Belgium, like the Belgian league is crap. Let's just grow up a minute. The Belgian league is ass. So they might just look and think, well, 17 goal contributions for Middle at Park. Season before, probably same thing. Season before that, same thing. Every year for Barnsley in this division, he has hit, I think, double figures goals. And I'm sure something like that on assists as well. So, I don't know whether this is even a thing. But if these are the two, if we sell both of these and you are looking at well in excess of about £3.5 million for two players that I like them and they've been deemed as Barnsley's better players for the last couple of years, which is true. But if we can get £3.5 million for two players in a midfield that can't defend to save its life, and ultimately has failed in the years that we've been here because we've not got promoted, and that is the aim every single year that we're in this division, I would take that as well. I would take that as well. But I do think whichever one of them is left, say if one of them stays, I think whichever one of them is left out Phillips and Connell would definitely just be good for us still. I don't think they're going to immediately just fall off a cliff. They've still been as better performers in crap sides recently. But yeah, that is another thing that's apparently happening. It's not got much legs yet, and until it does, there's no point saying it. But apparently that is something that could happen. Now, right, this is the amount of players that we have let go this season so far. A lot of them are 3 transfers. The rest of the other ones are loans, which, like I said, it is going to be either loan fees or teams paying the wages of these players. So we're not bringing in millions of pounds in sales, but the amount of players that are released there, and some of them were big earners, Benson, Humphreys as well, were two bigger paid players at club. That is probably, Pines on a good amount, Cosgrove on a decent wage. Watters, you are looking at about 30 grand a week at least in wages that is saved there. What's that season like? Pushing 1.8 million quid, something like that, saved in wages. Obviously, we've brought a couple lads in, like McGoldrick and Cleary, who are going to be on little bits of money. Like, that Cleary's come here for game time because West Brom offered him a contract more than what we offered, but he wants game time, so that's why he's come here. He's a young lad, he's not going to be on a lot of money. McGoldrick's 90, so he's not going to be on loads of money either. We must have saved so much money, like a ridiculous amount of money a week in these accounts. And last season we did the exact same thing when we got rid of Cadden, Cole, Irby Kane, Jordan Williams. Season before we did the same thing again. It's a constant reduction of what was a championship team's wage bill when we were there for a few years in a row to now becoming accustomed with what it's like. So there's no excuse now for us to not spend money with the amount that we consistently bring in. Connor Wilkinson, that 15, 16-year-old, is going to go to Chelsea. So we're going to get compensation for that. Probably about 500 grand, I would imagine. You do get paid per season spent at club. But the fact that he plays for England as well, it does bump it up a lot. So you're looking at like a decent sum there. Obviously, any sell-ons or anything, we might have got money for Morris. We might get money for Callum Britton. It's consistent money that we're bringing in. That there is no possible excuse that owners and CEO can come out with if this transfer window is a failure and say, "Oh yeah, but money." There's just no. It's not rubbing off anymore. Like, you can't just keep saying it forever and keep getting away with it. It's daft. BCFC man 123. Thank you for £2, mate. Do you think Birmingham will replace May and Leonard? I don't think you'll replace Alfie May because you've got Dykes anyway, haven't you? Plus Kyogo, Stansfield. Like a lot of other lads that you could just bring in and around in that same position. So I don't think you'd replace May. Leonard, I think you'll bring another midfielder in. It's a loss that, you know. I think he could do a championship 1,000,000%, Leonard. How good you were at Northampton. And when he got given a chance at yours, which were rare because your midfield is that good. But he's a good player, Leonard, especially. And the resale value that comes with him as well. But, yeah, it's ruthless, but good sales from for the money side of things, because they'll never be good enough for you now. But it's also really good pickups for Huddersfield, both of them. Very good deals for everybody involved. But thank you, BCFC, man. I appreciate it a lot, mate. It's a lot of players gone, though, in this. Dykes as a third choice worries me tremendously. It does me as well, because he's shit. He's absolutely crap. Like, and I'm not a Birmingham hater. I quite like you from last season's antics. That were a good laugh. But there's an overwhelming quality without that squad. And depth in certain positions is so good, apart from there, really. But, yeah. So we've let a lot of players go. And it's still not done as well, because there is going to be more. Lofthouse, I mean, he's never even been given a chance really here. It looks all right for Burton. Burton fans really like him, but it becomes very clear that he is not in Urian's plans when we're playing friendlies and he's not starting. He's not getting any minutes. He's not coming on his second half with other subs. We're playing, pardon me, we're playing kids in front of him. So clearly here's another one that is going to be shifted out. I think we'd probably get 50 grand, 100 grand. It'll be summer and no. It's going to be like minimal. We're not going to... Listen, Burton have spent like some decent brass in the last couple of years. But that's not his market value. That's what I think he'll go for. Realistically, his wage is going to be higher here than what he's probably going to get at Burton. Maybe. I don't think Burton will be willing to spend loads of money. And also, Barnsley don't want him. So it's just one of them ones. Give us 50, 100 grand or something like that. Or we can do loan gig again and effectively get him for free. You know what I'm saying? Loftus, I wish we'd have seen him properly. I know he got odd bit of game time under Collins. And Clark. No, it wasn't Collins. It was Clark wanted that he got a bit of game time under. But it was such a utility man. He never had a chance really to nail a position down. And he's at the age now where he wants to play. Do you know what I mean? He wants game time all the time, which he's never going to get here. So he's going to go as well. Same with Dallas. I mean, if anybody on this planet comes in for this bloke on a loan, I'll be shook of miffed. I could not believe it. I am truly convinced I ain't kicked a ball in, I want to say 9-10 months now. Since October last year when I dislocated my knee, I've not kicked a ball once since. I am better than him. 100%. 100%. I think I'm fitter than him. I am 100% a better footballer than Andrew Dallas. 100%. And if anybody even comes in and pays 10% of his wages, I'll be shook. I'll be shook. But he needs to go as well. Same as Lopata, I think it becomes quite obvious that he's not going to be here as well. I don't know if these teams are interested, but these are just the calibre of team that we've been sending lads to. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's been at Port Vale before. McCarthy went to Northampton. Watters is at Dundee. He's been at Ross County before. He's another one that's just... He's never had a chance, really. But it's very clear that Urian don't rate him. And he's not going to be good enough. So, goodbye again. It's just so many players that we're getting rid of. So fucking many players. Oh my god, it never ends. Brighton Gamer 07. Kiss. Thank you for the £2, my friend. Is Barnsley signing a Brighton player? I believe we're getting Caelan Vickers on loan. But I don't actually know. I've not been given any more info since it's only what that Peter Rook, the journal, reported, and Football League World and all that, and Football Insider, all them, said that we were leading race for him. And we're going to talk about it in a sec anyway. But I would very much like him because I saw his little assist that he got against Stoke for y'all. And he looks the shit, mate. He looks the shit. He'll never be good enough for Brighton. So you could just give him to us. But, oh, here he is. What the hell? Great timing. Thank you, Brighton Game, for the £2. Fantastic segue. Yeah, Caelan Vickers. I am just sold completely. Don't get me wrong, Mansfield fans, if any of them are in here, or Brighton, or anybody that's watched him, his end product does need work. But you're forgetting we're in League One. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's got this idea of you've got to find the complete forward. You've got to find the complete player that's just perfect at everything. And the only one of them that we have truly got that is good at every single part of his job is Dunn. He is the only one that can do everything that you would expect from a player in that position. We are in League One. He is what? 19? 20? You're not going to be able to get the finished article or they won't be coming to League One. That's the point. That's what this league is. Do you know what I mean? And Bolton and Leyton Orient registered their interest in him as well. His dribbling is absolutely nuts. He looks exactly like someone that we need. Someone that can come out wide, but he's very much a utility man as well. He can go down middle. But if he is to come here, he will go out wide and just get ball to feet and run at you over and over and over again. And the amount of chances that I saw him deliver for somebody that weren't finished, because obviously Mansfield's forward players aren't as good as ours. If he's laying balls off to Dunn and Phillips and Russell and McGoldrick and Jallow, they're getting finished off. They are getting finished off more than they were at Mansfield. He got 2 goals and 3 assists in 19 games, which... Bear in mind, he's playing for Mansfield, and this was second half of season, right? Mansfield was shit for ages. If you go and look at their form, it's second half, mate, they were absolutely honking for second half of season. Up until like last 2-3 games, they started playing something like, but they were miles off for ages post-Jan. Yeah, I think he's a 100% a winger. I see him as a winger. But just from bits that I've seen, which is limited, but I think he's probably a bit too lightweight to go down middle. And out wide, if he does get knocked off ball, you can play it off, get fouls. You can just buy him for note, can't you, when your stature he is. It looks nippy. His dribbling is fantastic, like I've said. I think his passing's good. It's maybe his finishing that's not there yet. But like I've said, when you've got the amount of goals that we've got from other areas at pitch, you don't need to. But it's something that I would love to see us get over the line. It's something that we obviously need. We're desperate for wingers, absolutely desperate. And I'd like to think that we're going to bring another 4 or 5 in. I want 4 or 5 in before Plymouth. Near man before end of season, or before end of August. We need some lads. Yeah, Cleary's a backup, looks good and all. He's not done anything crazy yet, has he? But he looks alright, he looks quite sharp. But this is one that I'd just love to get it over the line. I just want it to be done. That's what's annoying. It's these links come out so long before it's done, which is annoying. Only issue with him is that he's very weak. I know that's not job to hold up ball, etc., but he's weak as piss. Which is that's honestly that's just part and parcel of like the stature of the bloke, innit? Like wingers naturally aren't your strongest footballers. They're built like sprinters for a reason. If you lean on him a bit, as a big centre half in League One leans on him, he's going to collapse, innit? So if it means that we can just get we can buy fouls from him, half decent delivery, and then you've got big lads like Shepherd, even Roberts, Earl, Russell, these type of lads, then you know what I mean. It's happy days for me. It is a certified happy days, and this will be a good one as well. This is a good one as well. If we are to get Minoga from Salford, we're obviously dying for a right back or a right centre half. Pardon me, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's just because I'm waffling and I'm doing too much talking, right? I had a can of Coke. Oh, God, shoot me down. And I've got like a big jug where it's got 2 litres of water in it, and I fill it up twice a day. So I'm drinking a lot of water now. And I drink, well, I'm like an avid water drinker anyway. But I'm drinking loads of water, and I'm just burping from it all the time. But anyway. Not that that is anything to do with Haji Minoga. But yeah, it's something that we definitely need. Another one in that position. He fits Barnsley to an absolute T. This is a Barnsley signing, if I've ever seen it. It were handcrafted from us. Go and buy one of the better players that's young from a shit side in division below for cheap as piss. He's got a year left on his deal. I would say we could get him for 150 grand because he's never going to sign a contract at Salford, is he? They've extended it for this season, but he ain't never, ever signing a contract for him. He's going to leave end of season regardless. So Salford might as well just accept fate, sell him. We'll get that 150 grand, happy days, sorted. It's a good position for Barnsley to be sorted in for a few years. It was from Portsmouth, wasn't it? But I believe not that long ago. But it is another one that does look quite good and looks like a bit of us. Was on Lincoln's radar. Well, Lincoln do much better business than us, so I'd be happy with that. Let me get this up a minute because I want to change it to see what would look like just if we did bring in these lads, just nice and early. Haji Minoga goes in there. I do think it's very likely that Earl plays a lot of games, so I'll put Earl in there. Hold on, guys. I'm just like, look, I'm doing it. Look, yeah, that shifted for a little bit. You could maybe shift that and put Connell in there, something like that, and then Caelan Vickers goes out there. So this is by still spending what the only player we would buy this window is Minoga, and that is what would look like. That's 1,000,000 times better than what it was. And like 1,000,000. Like I've put Russell quite far up. He probably won't go that far, and you would expect a bit more from your wingers then, and probably a bit more defensive actions from your midfielders rather than what it is at minute. But if that is what we look like, just 2 additions, then I'm smiling. I'm absolutely smiling. I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm gassed. I'm absolutely gassed. The more I look at that, are we pissing this league? Am I underestimating us? Are we going to win league instead of like get top 6? Because I've done my predictions, by the way, and I'm not going to give it away. But we're obviously in top 6, and I was just debating whereabouts we go. I've got a ballpark of between like 2-3 positions, and I don't know where to put us. But I'm liking that, baby. I'm liking that shit. Right. Let's look at it objectively. Let's be serious now and go through it man for man and where realistically they are. Murphy Cooper had twice the assists that we did last season. So is immediately an improvement on last season. And then we've got Flav as well that can play as backup, which is like fantastic. He is going to be a number one for Barnsley for a long time. But still, Cooper looks very good as a keeper that we brought in. Shepherd, best defender from League 2 last season. Earl, the only defender I'm bothered about keeper from this season. Ogbeta looks like he can bomb up and down for fun. And obviously Gent's there when he comes back. And this Minoga looks good. Connell and Bland in middle with Russell. Connell and Russell is like, we're getting freaky. We're getting a little bit freaky, Bob, up in this bitch. Because that is a fantastic midfield. Obviously, Vickers, just fantastic. Davis Gillidan's best player in the league. And McGoldrick, just goals for fun. Can drag you over the line. Can get your points out of nothing consistently. I am like, Let me ponder for a second. Let me stroke my stubble. Let me stroke my 6 hairs. 3 on either side, 0 in the middle. I'm going to say second. No, I'm not. You know what it is? It's just so unfortunate that... Shut up, Stanley. It's just so unfortunate that Huddersfield exist. That's what's annoying me. Huddersfield can piss off. Can absolutely eat my ass. Huddersfield can. Because one of the promotion spots is gone before we've even started. And I can't be arsed with it. Huddersfield and Luton are going to be very good. We are 1,000,000% getting top 6. Dan, I'll get you. We are 1,000,000% playing top 6. Mahanad, I'll get you as well. Full English back to exact... Well, Minoga's not. I think he's summer. But yeah. My membership message was simply that I've consumed so much C Fowler content that I said acting good IRL. I'm from London and my friends looked at me like I was special needs. There's no wrong with that. You're from London and saying acting good. Rah! Sorry. The bench options as well are better than last season, 100%. Obviously, this isn't with people that are currently injured. You've got Gent. You've got Flav, Gent, Roberts, Mwakali, Jallo, Jorgenathan, Cleary. Before doing out, Dijavinier. That is so much better than last season. I can't stress the difference from last season and what we're happening in that time to now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Also, I have just received a message, right? I'm going to say it. So, someone just sent me a message, right? This is live right now. Oh, I'm just turning that off. Live right now. Hold on, guys. Guys, hold on. This is going to be incredible. Everybody calm down. Hold on, guys. Guys. Shh. 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 Everybody shush. Everybody shush. Everybody shush. Shh. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. You shouldn't have sent me that message if you didn't want me to say it. You know what you're doing, Mr. Man. Boys. Everybody prepare yourself. We are back. Boys. We are back. Some live drop hashtag in the know in the building right now at the well. Kalen Vickers. It's apparently happening, baby. Yeah, we're going up. Yeah, it don't matter. Guys, everybody shut up. We've won league. We've won league. This is apparently happening right now. Oh, God. Oh, God. If this is a perm, I might lose it. I might lose it. Holy shit, I might lose my mind. He's in Spain. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. Well, Harris, look. You can't see that. Oh, that's our last. But there's a message there. You can't see where it is. It's blurred out. But we are hashtag back. We are back. The Reds. It's not done because he's in building and that means not. As we've seen with the Karoma fiasco, we know for a fact being in building means niche. You could literally have signed every document and it still don't mean anything. With this club, you never know. We saw that bloke from Go Ahead Eagles that was sprinting around training pitch with his kit on and then he went back home because his girlfriend's a bitch. So it's never finished, but apparently it's happening. Oh, God, it's lonely at the top, baby. Holy shit. It's lonely at the top. Oh, we're going up, aren't we? HMS is setting sail. Get your Conor Ryan flags out. Stick it up post. We're going up. Holy shit! Where's from Alvin Vlogs? What's your name? You've not told me your name still. Right. I need you to check because I don't like saying vlog. Right. Thank you for the 5, though. I will say that. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you. Do you know what 19-year-old winger Sedou Fini is attracting interest from West Brom? Coventry and Watford are also interested. Oh, your name's there. My name is Levi. Sold. Thank you. Thank you, Levi. My friend. I don't know who that is as well. West Brom are going very foreign, aren't they? West Brom are chucking, like, they're going for some funky names that I've never heard of. Which is exciting, I guess. Because you just get to see lads that... I loved that. When we did it best is when we got promoted first time. Like, not first, second time. Like a few years ago now when Stendhal were here. And we had Mamadou Thiam and Dimitri Cavare, players that you'd never heard of or seen in your life. And they're coming in were just absolute menaces for this division. And it was so exciting. But I appreciate it, Mr. West Bromwich Albion Vlogs. Very, very kind of you. Again, very nice. Right. Caelan Vickers to Leyton Orient. Here we go. True. Woo! We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Right. So, wing options. Caelan Vickers. Jallo. Cleary, Ferrugia, McGoldrick. Sold. I wonder if it is a permanent. I doubt it because I think has he got a year left on his contract? Maybe Brighton are just sort of accepting, okay, he's never going to be good enough for us. What is he, like 20, 21, something like that? He's never going to play in Premier League. So just settle, get like 500 grand for him now. But he is a player that you could definitely see being sold for tenfold in a couple of years. Do you know what I mean? He just looks like he's got all the raw materials there to go very far. Perm would have been Championship surely, but it depends because like a lot of them won't offer the game time to him. We don't know for sure if Championship sides haven't gone in for him, but he's not ready for starting in Championship now, and I don't think he'd want to go from a side where he's not getting it team and he has to go out on loan to be bought by a Championship side to play cups and come off bench occasionally or go out on loan to League One anyway. So it's just a case of might just be sold now, effectively. Have an half decent year and a half at Barnsley and you're gone for £5 million. Do you know what I mean? It's you don't have to play well for right long at Barnsley to have eyes on you. Same with a lot of different sides. Once you're at one of the bigger sides in this league, if you're half decent for 6 months, teams start looking at you. If Barnsley go up, what are Bolton going to do? Well, you've got to come up with us, haven't you? You've got to come up with us. McGoldrick this year's Johnson Clark-Harris. That's crazy. That's crazy. Johnson Clark-Harris is clearly just in it for money. He's on £8,000 a week at Rotherham. McGoldrick might be on 2 at Barnsley. Do you know what I mean? That ain't the same thing. And we know what McGoldrick is. He scored more in, a friendly half an hour against Harrogate than what Clark-Harris did all season, more or less. Can be realistic where Barnsley finishing? Don't be biased. Between 3rd and 6th. I don't think we'll get top 2, but I think we're definitely getting playoffs. I seriously do. I'm very excited about this season, just with attacking quality that we've got. We've strengthened defence without doing anything to it, really. I keep going back to it, the Shepherd thing. If Barnsley signed the best defender in League 2 from last season, everybody would lose their mind. They'd lose their mind, and that's exactly what we've got. You know what I mean? So, Shepherd coming back's a big thing. Obviously, the keeper's a big thing as well. Flav's very good. And he's got some, obviously, he's going to play in cups and stuff like that. He's got some learning to do. I'm glad that he's staying, though, and he's not going to go out on loan, by its sound. But yeah, he's going to get all Papa John's and probably both cups, I'd imagine. And it's a good backup to have and work under Urian and Flinders. He's going to be number 1 at Barnsley for a long time after this season, you'd think. The young ones are good. The defence is miles better. The midfield looks quite strong, just with Bland and Jorgensen being added to it. But, oh my God! Oh my God. What do we need left? What realistically do Barnsley now need going into it? Say if this is done, Clark-Harris will not on £8,000 a week. I saw a message from him to another footballer saying he was on £8,000 a week. So I'm going to trust that over you, Ryan. Rotherham have not got loads of money, but they operate in a way of thinking strikers and forwards can get you out of this league really quickly, and that is just not the case. And they've chucked a lot of the budget at a striker. Why do you think they've paid him off? They've not done it with other players. You pay your bigger earners off because you can't really afford to pay them for full season. So you give them 20% of what it is, and they go and get a new wage now. Clark Harris on a lot of money. I saw the message from him to another footballer. So, we need defenders. We do. We definitely do. And again, when I get it up, like looking at it realistically, do we? Yeah, obviously the Minogue one, obviously. We need a right-sided one. But Shepherd, Earl, Roberts as a free, I'm not that bothered with. I don't want Roberts to start as a thing. I love the bloke. He's a Barnsley man. But I don't want Roberts to start. I want him to be bench option. And sort of bring Shepherd through with Keogh. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Obviously, you've got McGoldrick that can bring through, like, while playing, can be a really good influence on, well, Dunn as well. Dunn's 27, but Dunn, you can learn things from players like McGoldrick and Urian and Keogh and Roberts, these type of lads. But Jorgen Nathan and Bland for Urian and Connell for Urian, all these things. One injury and we're fucked. Depends where if Dunn gets injured, we're in a lot of trouble. A lot of it does rely on that. But I'm alright. So far I'm alright. I would argue we need another right back / right centre. Another right back. Yeah. We need another right back. We do, because Dijavinia could play centre half if it needs to. We need another right back. This is what it looks like when we're going forward, Callum. Another right back, another midfielder for depth, and another winger. And then I think we're set, personally. I think we're set. Because you have got, like I said, you've got Gent coming back from injury, Jallo. They've got Jorgen Nathan not in this team. Phillips not in this team, but thinking that he's going to be a sale. Cleary. There's a lot. There's a lot. I think we're all right. Dunn ain't going. Obviously, if Dunn goes, I don't think Dunn goes, right? Can I just say, Wrexham might be flirting with him, and they've got a lot of money for a striker. But I think with the amount they've got, they try and go higher than what Dunn is, or what Dunn's ceiling could be. Because if you're going to buy Dunn from Barnsley, this applies to anybody. You've got to be willing to spend £5 million on someone that you're not going to get a return on back end of it. You're going to spend £5 million on a 27-year-old who's going to want a 4-year contract on bigger wages than what he's on at Barnsley. By the time he's finished, he's 31, and he's going to go on a free transfer somewhere else. So you've got to be willing to spend £5 million to not sell him, is the thing. Unless he comes into Championship and immediately is one of the top scorers to the point where a Wolves or a promoted side looks at him. But no, I don't think there's I just don't think there's a way that he leaves. I really don't. Is it actually, if I go on Twitter and there's a Barnsley leaking, like, if there's Barnsley like eyeball emoji or something. No, there's not. They've teased it already. Oh, Usmanoga is Salford's right back. Away apparently are linked to. William, thank you for the £2, my friend. Need a right centre back, a right back, and a left wing. Unfair to rely on a left centre back at right centre back. I agree, but based on how we've played, and going back to the arrogant thing, and how we lined up with Ferrugia mainly on right wing, Ferrugia and Ogbeta were very much like this. Like there were times, and a lot of times, when Ogbeta were higher up pitch than Ferrugia were. So obviously you've got a Minogue on here, however you say his name. But Dijavinia were there. They shifted into a back three, and Shepherd is effectively the middle of a back three. Do you know what I mean? And that's what he were at Bradford. So £5 million more chance of Platina Lake. Ryan, you were the guy just then who told me that Clark Harris weren't on £8 a week. When I saw a message from Clark Harris saying it's on £8 a week, so anything you say now means nothing to me. How's that? That is quite a good saying, though. More chance of Platina Lake. I do like that one. Right, boys. That's all we got. But thank you, William. I appreciate it, mate. I am very happy. Callum, I spot Leeds, so I don't know anything about League One. Who is your best player? Davis Keeley done, my friend. Boys, it's been an absolute blast. 53 minutes. That has gone quite quickly, that. I've had such a long day. I'm ready to just, like, bog out now. And probably just doom scroll for 4 hours looking at other football related shit. To be honest, it just never ever stops. But boys, it's been a pleasure. There's a video coming out tomorrow. I want to say thank you to Match Bingo as always. Like I said, if you deposit and use CF8 in the little box that it gives you when you come up, it doubles anything that you put in from a £5 upwards. So, and that's for existing customers as well, which is nuts. And there is a link at the top of the description as well. So you deposit 5, you get 10. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you to Match Bingo. Anybody that's donated, I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. There's been a lot today. I do appreciate it a lot. I know I said like thank you and that all the time, and I go off rails when I'm speaking to everybody and like thanking everybody, but I do appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Anybody that just watches and lurks, I appreciate it very much. Love you all. The next live is Thursday. God, wow, if we announce somebody in 5 minutes, I'm going to wet my jacks, baby. Love you all. Kiss.